Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I saw a question that someone asked, and this one wasn't submitted to me, so I'm going to read what I saw online, and then we're going to answer this particular question. But this one wasn't submitted to me, but I'm going to give my opinion on it anyway because I definitely believe that this can help someone deal with this because a lot of parents definitely deal with this issue or have this question. So. It says, does parenting ever get easier? For example, my kids are young, yet I'm constantly worried about if they've eaten enough, if they're drinking enough water, if their clothes are clean, if their shoelaces are tied, worried that they're going too fast on their bikes. Will it get easier as they grow, or is there more stress as they get older? Legit question. Legit question. It's a yes and type of response that I'll give. Yes, it does get easier as your kids get older because just the fact of them becoming more independent is what helps the parenting aspect of things getting to get becoming easier as they get more independent. You know, those daily things from waking up, brushing their teeth by themselves without you having to go in there and hold their mouths open and brush their teeth for them. Them being able to pick out their own clothes, them being able to make up their own bed, them being able to fix their own bowl of cereal in the morning, like those little things as they get older, it definitely helps with from the parenting aspect of things getting easier. However, the yes and portion of my response is the things that you may worry about, or using the term that was put in that was put in the question, using the term of stress, the things that are stressed about or you may worry about, it just basically changes. As parents, we don't stop ever worrying about our children, at least those of us who are um who are an active parent, those who choose to be present, those who choose to care about their kids that they brought into this world. And I say that because there are some parents, some people who went through the process to give life to a child that has fully just abandoned that responsibility, abandoned that role. And so, of course, to them, they they don't care. But so for those of us who are active, who are there, who show up every single day, no matter what, and especially as single parents, the stress, quote unquote, the stress or the things that we worry about, it just changes. Because we're always going to wonder, maybe not worry or stress, but we're also always going to wonder, how's my child doing? How's my adult son or adult daughter doing, even as they become an adult? And so I will say to get control of of things that are stressing you, that's going to be the best thing to do is go ahead as soon as you can, as early on as possible, to get control of whatever thought those, like the examples, the are they eating enough, are they drinking enough water, um are their shoelaces tied, those things. You don't want that to start building up and becoming the things that are stressing you out, because those are minute things. When it comes to the child, let's just say eating enough, drinking enough, that's what those regular doctor visits and checkups are for. They're going to make sure that they are on track. If not, they're going to give you a plan. They're going to let you know what to do. But as long as you are doing your best to make sure that they're getting their daily nutrition and their daily intake of liquids, then then you're fine, because we also have to understand that kids, they're resilient kids. They're going to some kids aren't going to want to eat certain things. Some kids are going to be picky. And so it may seem like, man, my child is not eating at all, or all they want to do is just eat, this particular thing over here. So you'll find ways of being able to, or how to make sure that they're getting their daily nutrition that is recommended. And you have your doctors. Hopefully, you have doctors that are able to assist you along the way. And hopefully you have some sort of support system, some sort of mom group, dad group, other parent group, another family that you can talk to and communicate with and bounce ideas off, and just go through the process with you so you don't feel as though you are alone. So that would be my response from the nutritional stance and standpoint. Just make sure that they're not getting like too much sugar and all of that, because child diabetes is a real thing. And so just making sure that you're not letting them eat all of this unhealthy stuff that's out here, then they'll be fine. Of course, again, because they should be under doctor care, and they'll be getting those checkups. But as far as like, if their shoes are tied, if they're going too fast on a bike, things like that, this is a part of how they learn who they are, how they learn, how they discover the world that's around them, how they learn independence. Their shoes aren't tied, you teach them how to tie their shoes. And if it becomes untied at some point, let them just point it out. Hey, your shoe's untied, you need to tie it. Let them become independent, and do it on their own. Let them fix it. Basically, give them the independence, give them the space to be able to grow. Don't hover. I would also say that I would suggest not to be one of those hovering parents or helicopter parents. That's the word I was looking for. The helicopter parent that is out there. Why am I so close to the camera? Goodness, sorry. Um, try not to be a helicopter parent. Um, but yeah, the stress, it try not to let it be stress. That's one of the things that I definitely wanted to hit on. Um, you want, because it's life, and allowing them the space to be, while you're, of course, keeping them in line. Um, just don't allow it to stress you out, especially those things that just aren't worth it. The clothes are clean. If you're, what did you say? If their clothes are clean, that's nothing to worry about. Their clothes are probably not clean. At a certain age, if they're, because you did say that you have young kids, their clothes are probably not clean, and that's okay. That is okay. As long as they are healthy, they're fine. They're fine. But I will say that as they do get older, and I'm, of course, speaking from experience of a young adult child, um, as they get older, the things that you, because I I'm being very mindful of not using the word stress, because I choose not to stress about things when it comes to being a parent. And that's the mindset that I want to get across in this video, whether I'm doing it clearly right now or not, but just stick with me. Um, you want to get to a point of where you're not letting it be stress. It just receive whatever the situation is, wherever, whatever life stage that they're in, and you just do your part to just teach, actively parent, and guide and guide and guide and coach and coach and coach. And you just do your part as far as like surrounding them with good role models, mentors, other people that can help train them and help them develop in whatever area. If, as long as you do your part to just surround them with a good ecosystem of people, then then a lot of the stress that you are experiencing, or that parents experience, will go away, and it will just be looked at as, okay, this is just, another step of life when it comes to parenting, or another step of life, or this phase that my child is in, and we're going to figure it out, and we're going to get through it. Um, as far as like once they become teenagers, yeah, you're gonna have to worry about things once they, they're no longer young, and but now they have, they're in that teenage year, that teenage phase, teenage years, or phase of life where okay, they have that independence and they want that independence, and so it's like okay, now you got to figure out how to kind of reel it in or tame it, if it's getting out of hand. And of course, that's some of those years um, where they may try and test the limits and the boundaries of what all they can do or get away with or say. So that's just a part of the parenting aspect, and that we sign up for when we do bring life into this world. And so it goes from worrying about if their shoes are tied or if they're eating enough or drinking enough water to who are their friends. What friends are they? Who's their friend group? What friends are they hanging around? What influences are they surrounding themselves with? Do they have, depending on if they're old enough to have a mobile device or a device that connects to the internet, that's a new thing that you have to now consider and be ready to handle, be ready to parent through that new phase, because that was something that you may not have had to deal with when they were younger. So again, it just changes. It's but the what people will look at as stress, it doesn't just go away. It does get easier because the independence, but then that's when they're that's when you just have to deal with, for some, not all teenagers, but for some, you start dealing with, okay, them wanting to do what they want to do when they want to do it and how they want to do it. So, whether that's for some people, it's an easier phase to parent as opposed to when they were younger, and vice versa. It may be harder to parent a teenager as opposed to younger kids. So it really just depends on how well equipped you are as the parent, how well versed you are in just understanding and being ready for the different stages of your kids growing up. If you mentally prepare yourself and if you set the proper expectations, I think this is it right here. If you set the proper expectations mentally, emotionally, spiritually within yourself, psychologically within yourself, if you set the proper expectations and go ahead and have the right mindset of understanding the different phases that they're going to go through, that is going to help alleviate a lot of the stress that you may be feeling. It's when the expectation is not there, where it's like something may have caught you off guard, or it's just like, whoa, I did not expect to have to deal with this, or I didn't expect my child to, say this or do this or whatever. Expect, like they say, expect the unexpected. If you go ahead and go into each phase expecting, um, the expecting something, expecting things to be different, expecting things, and it's not necessarily saying that things have to be bad or to expect the worst, not saying that at all. It's just expecting the change, expecting the growth and the development, or maybe the lack of growth and the lack of development. And so just being ready to go with or to do whatever is necessary based off of what your child is presenting to you at that time. And then outside of the teenage years, then you have your young adult. So then they're driving. So that becomes another possible stressor, or something that you have to worry about, when they start driving, especially, when they start driving on their own for the first, time or the first few times or whatever. So it's just, again, things just change. And does it ever get easier? Okay, sure. Because once they, get to the age of driving, or they are a young adult, and they're really more independent, then it's like, okay, you have more time on your hands. You're to be able to do other things, or do yeah, for like, yeah, we'll just say, you have more time in your hands to do other things, which makes life easier. But then what is your, how well is your young adult child uh handling the transition of from, high school, or from being a teenager to young adult, from high school to maybe college, or from high school going straight into the workforce. So does it get easier? Yes, if you allow yourself to receive the pieces and the parts that are easier. And if you just set the mindset and have the right expectation, then that is definitely going to help. So let me go back and make sure I covered. It was really short. Let me make sure I covered everything. Will it get easier as they grow? They're more stressed as they get older. So yeah, uh, yes, and yes, and so I hope this helps, especially as single parents on this channel. As single parents, we definitely deal with a lot. So I do understand the question, and I do understand the concern, but at the end of the day, it's really going to be based off of you and how you as a parent um, deal with it internally. That will then uh, determine how it comes out externally. So uh, get control of that stress that you are allowing yourself to worry about, because it is a choice. I'll also say that it is something that you can control. It is a choice based off of the things that you choose to stress you out, the things that you choose to worry about. Um, you don't have to stress about anything at all. You could literally be a single parent, or a parent in general, and not stress, because that is a choice. If you need guidance or assistance or coaching on how to get in that frame of how to, or learn how to set the proper expectations of parenting, going into this parenting thing, reach out to me. CoachEnergy.com, Nrgy, CoachEnergy.com is my website. Or you can click that link, the second link. It should be the second link in my description of this video, and book some time in my calendar, book a consultation. It's a no obligation consultation as of right now, no obligation. And let's see what your questions are, what you're having a hard time handling, or a hard time dealing with, or understanding. And then we'll come up with a game plan, and we'll work on this stuff together. So coachenergy.com, or click the second link in my bio. The first link in my bio is where, if you have a question that you would like for me to answer, give my perspective on, feel free to click that link and just submit your question. Give me some of the details, and then I'll record a response, just like I am doing right now, to help you, and hopefully help someone else that also comes across this episode as well. If you know someone that can benefit from this episode, this topic of parenting and stress, and does it get easier or not, share this video with them. Let's help each other. It's a lot of things that, especially as single parents, that we have to deal with, that we have to go through. And it's not a perfect situation. And I'll say that I have not done things perfectly. However, I have learned a lot, and have figured out a pretty good method and way of doing the single parenting thing, and having a great relationship with my child. So my young adult, my young adult child. So yeah, it's possible to be a single parent, and things not being so hectic, or just always out of control or chaotic. If you want to experience that, if you want to learn how to experience that, reach out to me. I've been there. I'm still there as far as a single parent. So I've walked in the shoes that you are probably walking in, or at least close to what you're walking in. And I will be honored to be able to help you get through this thing, because it is possible to to be a single parent and it not be the worst thing ever. So click the links in my description, depending on if you want to submit your own question or if you want to book some time in my calendar, and share this video. Give it a thumbs up. Put your comments below, and let me know what else can help out with the understanding of parenting. Does it ever get easier, or does it just get worse? Does the stress ever go away? Put your comments below. Let's get that conversation started. Let's help each other. Let's help someone else out. And until the next time, until the next episode, y'all take care. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.